Okay, Cancer, we're coming into your reading here. I just want to remind you, if you want more readings, energy healings, this kind of stuff, go into Facebook and look up Infinity Readings on Facebook and join the page there. I made up a page. There's nothing on it. I should be putting the graphic here of what it looks like, the symbols, so you don't get a copy. I don't think anybody's copycatting me. My numbers are too low. But if you do want more readings, one-on-one stuff, energy stuff, and whatnot, go in there and follow, and I will come in the fall. If there's nobody liking or following the page, I just will disregard it. That's just a sign to me. Yeah, I don't go in there. Okay, so Cancer. We are here for your spiritual reading for July and August of 2025. Let's get rolling. The first card from the Gaia deck that we have for you, Cancer, is Six of Water, which is about love and compassion and going outward in this. This is a good card usually. It's about caring and considering other people's emotions, being a caretaker, this kind of thing. We go outward in a loving way. That's all good. Great and wonderful. So that's can be past energy here. As we move into the present, what's going on? We have the Ace of Fire. This is also a good card to have in conjunction with love and compassion, because the Ace of Fire is about taking action in the way of love and compassion. And it's also about, it can be about passion itself. Yeah, we may have someone here trying to uncover their passions or going in a direction that unveils their passions to them, or the universe putting something in front of you to highlight. This is the sense that I get, because usually with the aces, I say it's God himself coming down to bring something forward. And here it's your passion, to make you see and realize passion. When you have the Ace of Wands, which can be about passion and energy, to start something, with the Six of Water, that's about starting something of compassion. So yeah, we may have an opportunity here to dip into our compassionate side on a deeper level. And we may have a physical opportunity to do this. So this could be in the form of a person that we feel very passionate about, or someone that comes to us from this compassion and passion in that way. Yeah. Okay, so as we move into the future, the Gaia card we get there is the Ace of Water. Would you look at that? Someone's core heart is being expanded here. This is good. And it's going to be expanded by an opportunity that's going to come forth to you. That, again, that could be in any form. It could be in a physical form, like a person that makes us feel all these compassionate, watery, emotional feelings. Or it could be something that we just feel in the pit of our stomach, the depths of our heart, that we want to go and do something and be something in a passionate kind of way. But there's going to be no doubt here. We got two aces leading the show. And as we move forward, that is going to become more strongly ingrained. Where we need to go in a compassionate sense. I got to find another word here. But in our love and our heart, where are we going to go? We're going to feel this more profoundly than we ever have in our whole life. Something's going to come through here. Now, I'm not going to say, let's get into the second row. When we get into these Egyptian cards, they get pretty heavy and deep into the mystical. So we'll go back to the past here, the Six of Water. Our compassionate side is opened up. We are now thinking about deeper sides of the love, deeper areas of the heart. We're yearning to go in this way. What do we get from the Isis card on top of that? The Pillar of Light, the descendant, or the descent of the Star of Isis. Yeah, that means basically that the descent is coming from a higher down to a lower, right? And the image they're giving me here is the descent of that compassion flooding our soul system. Whereas before we didn't have the capacity for it, or we locked it out, or something created a barrier for us to feel this in the most positive of vibrations. Now there is a vessel here that is open to it. Something is going to happen, something has happened, or something will happen to allow this. Okay. Sometimes it can be a person. I remember I was at work one day and I was just having a bad day, and it just wasn't getting better. It was getting worse and worse and worse. This is a while ago. And I remember thinking, quit, was it my own mind creating this is what I was trying to figure out. And it's like, before I could even think of that, another bad thing would happen. Like, it was just stockpiling. And I remember going into the back and, you take a bathroom break and then you come out and you're like, okay, reboot. We're going to start over here, like fresh new day. And then somebody walked in with an armful of puppies. And all my friggin', anger, bitterness, resentment, all that stuff that was frustrating me, that negative energy. As soon as I saw them, I was like, oh, you go running. What do? You go running up to it. Where did you get? Right away. There's no division. There's no stopping. There's a puppy. I'm there. I'm going to go there. And I grabbed it and they're like those puppies. They smell good and they haven't even opened their eyes yet. Those puppies. And they were big, fat. I think they were Labradors, like big dogs, but they were just little fat little things. And I was like, oh my God. And every ounce of negativity just drained from me immediately. I'm getting this. This is the same scenario. It's like a puppy entered your room and suddenly you can't keep up the facade anymore. So a puppy, I'm saying a puppy, it could be literally that, but I'm saying something is going to enter your life that is going to open your heart. And again, that could come in any form. It could come in the form of a person, come in the form of an animal contract. It could come in the form of anything, or even a great passion from within that you go outward and you make into reality. The pillar of light is here to watch you do this. They were in charge of it. They had a hand in it. They opened this door for you because they knew once this door was opened, we're going to walk right in. And there's no barriers. So that's good, because anybody who has a barrier to the heart, it needs to be broken down through healing, through whatever mode. The universe knows how you work, and your guides know how you work, because they're with you from birth. They're there. And some people don't believe in that, but I'm learning that they are. And I was one of those people. I didn't believe there's anybody. Help me, why am I having such a shitty life? You know what I mean? In the past, that's what I was thinking. It's like, if I'm having such a shitty life, there ain't nobody on my backpack telling me, but there's laws. They can't interfere. They can't prevent you from learning lessons, this kind of thing. So something here has happened to the Cancer. Open them up, okay? And it's universally driven. The pillar of light has come down to ascend upon you. So this is what's happening. Okay, in the past. So this could be energy that you felt you're getting validation for already. Like you're going, yeah, there was something happened. Well, this is it. The pillar of light has hit you. Okay, so as we move into the present, the Ace of Fire, which can denote a great passion in a sexual way, can note it in a passionate, like in a knowledge-based way. Like sometimes we have a passion for something that we want to do in life, and it just grows and grows and grows till we manifest something out of it, like either a career or job, or, create something from that passion. Like people, some are artistic people, and then they have a great passion to express themselves on the canvas, and so that goes outward, and then they share it, and and it grows. So on top of that Ace of Fire, the Egyptian card we get there is Portal of Light. Wow. She glides on wings through time and space. We're learning here. Well, we have no choice, right? We are in the light. And this is a vessel here that they have no resistance to the positive. The problem is they have a resistance to their instinct. Someone here is resistant to taking the advice, though they know, and they've been proven when they do, that it is fruitful. There's still like a scaredness to go and live life in this way, to live all instinct. We're trying to get into logic, and logic used to be a good word to come from. But a lot of times the thing that you see as logically the right thing to do may not be spiritually the right thing to do. And there's a great divide here at this time because of that. You know, logic is not all about making the right decisions. We could go logically in an area that makes sense on the 3D plane, but spiritually will do nothing for us, okay? And I feel like that's where this Cancer's sitting. They've made decisions like this. They're giving me like a 50-50 split. Sometimes 50% of the time we'll listen to our instinct, and 50% of the time we just go with straight logic. Because there's something about this Cancer that I can't be like a Pisces and just wander off. I have to control myself here. And I feel like if I let go of the logic, and again, you have to take it all. You have to take the logic, the heart, the mind, and the instinct all into account. When they all line up, this is where the ultimate, right? And we haven't felt the ultimate yet because we're split 50-50 on the logic and the instinct. And they're going, we want you, you know, we're slowly training you to open up more of the instinct. And that's what's happening here. And if we go about it in the way we're going about it, which is compassionately opening our heart, this will go smoothly. Okay? So there is a great turning over of energy here. I don't feel it's a turning over so much that we're in the dark, we're coming to the light. I feel like it's a repression of our instinct that is now loosening up a bit. We're starting to open up to our instinct more because it's proving us right. But there's a scared person here. They're scared they're going to get reprimanded. But again, we're learning that that's a fallacy. It's not real. That fear is not real, because every time we tap into it, you know, things are bringing us into a better field. And that's, you know, we're tiptoeing into that passionate side. This is okay. We're just slowly going where we need to go, but we're going. So as we get into the future with the Ace of Cups, and again, that's that heart that we come from. And Cancer's a water sign, so it should come naturally to flow in the emotional plane. Right? And again, this will all depend on the amount of healing this person needs to do, or maybe they have done a lot of healing. You usually get rewarded with this stuff after you've done healing. So there's a sense of doing this and tapping into this in some kind of way. Now on that Ace of Water, which is about the general love that we carry within us, that God is giving us to expand on. What do we get from the Isis deck? Spirit of Isis, the triumph of the goddess. This card I feel is going to be prominent in these readings. I'm only 3 down, but Spirit of Isis, again, that there's that divine feminine coming through here to be seen. And not only that, there's a solidness to her, a self-assuredness. I make the right decisions from my instinct, and I've been proven right in this. I have a logical way I can go, and I understand that to a high degree. All of the levels here are starting to line up. And this sense they're giving me is, yeah, we would kind of not go from our heart. We would go from our instinct half of the time and our logic half of the time. We'd tip back and forth and whatever. We would weave in and out of those two. The problem here was our instinct. We were repressing our instinct quite highly, and we see now the value in not doing this because we've experimented a little bit, gone out of our comfort zone a little bit, and what do you know? It's not so bad. You know, the water is not cold here. It's nice and warm. So we're going to keep opening up in this way, which is a good trajectory. And the Spirit of Isis is really about triumphant situations. It's kind of like the success card of the Isis deck. It brings in something here that we feel very successful in. And again, that can come in any shape or form. And I'm feeling a need to kind of leave it vague. because it will be a great variant for the Cancer energy field, is to, like, it can be literally a puppy or a partner in the physical, or it can be a great creative energy that comes forth to manifest something that we create in our world, like a business or art or something in that nature. Okay. As we go to the third row here, we get the pillar of light, the descendant. Again, the light is descending upon us to a degree that we cannot. It's becoming louder, where we used to be able to put it in the trunk, lock it up, and forget about it. We can't anymore. It's in our psyche. It's speaking louder. When everybody's gaining these abilities and whatnot, that they always had, by the way, but again, it was so quiet. And we may have been very loud or very busy in our life where we didn't take the time to listen to this. It is becoming more loud. It's not like the ego that it shouts at you and judges you. It's just that gentle voice, but it's becoming like from like this kind of a voice. Hello, I'm over here. To this kind of a voice. Here, I'm here. Are you going to listen? And the Cancer's going, yeah, I'm listening. But I just got to take it one little step at a time. And they're going, that's fine, as long as you follow this direction. And again, never let your guard down. But when we're coming from heart, we never go wrong. Okay, so on that pillar of light, the cat card, the Ten of Swords. Okay, yeah, this is always my curiosity can kill card. The Ten of Swords, the ultimate underlying energy here is betrayal. But in this deck, it symbolizes something different. This is what attracted me to this cat deck. Not because I do have a black cat, but because the meanings were a little off, a little different. So it gives me a bigger energy field to draw from, something different than the regular tarot cards. And here it's like an exit. We can take an exit strategy. We may have something in our life that we want to relieve ourselves of or get out of. Exit. Stage left. We want to go. And also this carries a curiosity. It's like, I'm going to go over here. And I get that very much here with their instinct. I feel like this Cancer, they're slowly, it's booming. And they're very aware of their instinct, but they're very reluctant to utilize it. And again, not been proven wrong or not been proven right, things like this. But they're showing me the more we use it, the more we're going to be reinforced to use it more, because it is helping us and it is going in the right way, and it is. But for some reason, this Cancer has kind of a chip on their shoulder, or, maybe the devil talking in their ear going, don't you dare. And we have to remove that, because this is the right way to go. So there's a sense of, we could go in a bad way, but we're on the right side and we realize what is dark. So we have to be aware of that. That's our past energy. As we move forward here into the portal of light, guiding or gliding on wings through time and space. Now, whenever that time and space stuff comes up, when you advance, your time and space distorts. Okay, so I'm being guided to explain this. So if I'm guided to explain it, it means you may be going through stuff at this time where time is slipping away from you, like days, hours, weeks. Where did my month go? I lost a whole month and I feel like it's just been 3 days. This is a sign of advancement, of spiritual advancement. Okay, and also space, give me a moment here. I'm trying to tap into the collective energy in order to understand more clearly. With time, because from the higher realms, I got to go there first. Time and space is don't matter. You can live a whole lifetime in 1 minute. It does not matter. It does not get registered in such a way. Here, we register it. But with a frequency increase that is going on around us energetically, you can't see it, can't touch it. It's there, and it's being switched. Because of this, our judgment will be off in these ways, time and space. You may find that when you're driving, it's just all of a sudden, I'm here. Holy. Usually I got to wait and be patient and feel, but all of a sudden I'm here. Because your brain, your synapses, they're all firing on different levels. They're connecting to different things than they have in the past, vis-a-vis the instinct coming in on a higher level. All these things are electrically charging to things that they weren't, that they were just numb to in the past. All these things are opening up. Again, we don't even have to try, it's just there. And because of this, it creates time and space distortion. So I feel like I'm just validating somebody's like, I don't know where time goes and I don't know where like I just felt like I was here and now I'm there and I got to go all over. And maybe you travel, maybe you do a lot of traveling and you're just kind of blown away that you feel like you're almost teleporting from place to place because you don't realize the trip, the in between, it's getting chewed up and you're going like, it's almost weird. Like what's going on? It's your advancement cycle. It's exhibiting itself in this way, and you're noticing it because it is noticeable. It is there's a thing there. So I need to express that. Okay, so on top of the portal of light, again, we are advancing. There's time and space distortions that will be there. Don't freak out. It's not something weird. It's just you have to go through it to get to the other side, right? To kind of get into the better part and out of a certain frequency and into another. Now, on top of the portal of light, we have the 7, the Chariot. Look at him go. Okay. Interesting. Because they're showing me, the cat on there. I don't know if you can see that graphic. Hanging on for dear life. Just hang on. We'll get to the other side. And again, I feel like the blowing the hair back is really like there's a lot of weird shit going on. We can't even begin to process. So we're just kind of disregarding. But the one thing we are not disregarding is our heart and our instinct. We'll keep that because we somewhat have an idea of where that sits. But the rest of this shit, it's got to go. I have no room for all of this weird stuff going on. And this may be someone who's having a hard time really relating to everyone and everything at this time. And they're going, just hold on, we'll get to the other side of the fence and we'll be able to breathe when we get there. And there is a part of the Cancer's like, can you just hurry up and finish this already? It's like, I'm getting my nails done. Hurry up, I got an appointment, I got to go, and you can't rush it. You can't rush it, they're going. But this is going to go as fast as it can go. And they're going, maybe we should think that we could enjoy it. But nonetheless, I think there's a great load of fear in this Cancer I'm picking up on. And that is creating, just a feel that's kind of uncomfortable. If we can get past the fear and say, we are advancing. There's weird stuff's going to happen in time and space. And it will be unexplainable. But in the future, we will become more comfortable with this. Not that it will happen more, but it will be more on the mundane. It won't be so odd because people will be talking about it. They'll be labeling it and they'll be saying, yeah, this is what's happening. That's what's happening. And I will be one of those because I'm going to try to, in the future, explain the path that is going on here. And again, not all people are on it. But if you're on it, this would be very validating reading because if this stuff isn't already in your life, you will in the future come across it. So, yeah, things are going to speed up. And this is what we're going through right now. And there is sort of a sense of, I just want to shut my eyes and just tell me when it's over from the Cancer. It's like, I don't want to be, but they're going, no, open your eyes, smell the roses, slow down and enjoy the ride. Because it is a ride and we're going to get there. And we're not going to get bumped off. There's no car crash coming. It's just we're going to get there. We just have to enjoy it a little more. We got a stiffened body going, I don't want to see anything, but it's not that bad. But it is stuff that we haven't heard of, and it is supernatural, and it is psionically infused, right? It's all in that realm. So that's, for some people, it's just too much to take. So I feel like there's a suitcase of stuff they're just packing and throwing it out the back, doing 110 down the highway. And that's fine. They're going, whatever we need, we just keep going forward. That's all. Just don't give up. The race is not over yet. So we got more advancing to do yet as well. So as we come on to the future energy, the ace coming here it's really symbolizing we're going to get a hold of our heart and understand what means a lot to us, and we have a great passion that's going to imbue us with a direction here. And because of that, us coming from our heart and going with our passion, the spirit of Isis is with you. Isis is that feminine power that is very much I would say the epitome of the Emperor card, which is, the guy that's in control and in charge. But this is the feminine version of it. So very much on the feminine side, we are taking our self-control and pushing it to a higher level. And we're going to be more refined in these tools that we've found on the feminine side. So somebody very much tapping into their compassion, which is all, in the flow, by the way. So the spirit of Isis, triumph of the goddess. We may have even had or will have, right, because it's a future card, a triumph having to do with our following our instinctive flow leads us to make a decision that brings us into a triumphant time. And this could be something that's coming in the near future. July and August. So cat card on top of that to end it all is the Ace of Cups. So what do you know? And this is my different Ace of Cups because it's talking about a family, a happy family life, everything going good and falling into place. So congratulations, Cancer. You're flowing in the right direction. You might be a little speedy here with the Chariot coming in. We might be wanting to speed through things a little too quickly, but you're going to go nailing right into your heart and passion in the future. So it don't matter. You go fast or slow, you're going to get there. And I like to say this train is not going to derail. This one's going straight in, and we are doomed to be in love with our life, with our family, and even it may even manifest as a partner. I don't quite see that here, but I do see a happy life, and I do see friends and lightness of being around us and whatever brings that. And I do feel for some, it will be a very great passion that comes forth that they start living from that creates this triumph in their life. It's like, I finally found that thing. I finally found my mission. When people find their, their thing, whether like maybe someone, all their life when they were a kid, they wanted to be a veterinarian. So they, but life takes you in a different direction. And then maybe when you get older, you realize, what? I want to work with animals. I want to be, and then they they click into that. This could be one of those things. It's like your life took you away from it, but now you have an opportunity to click into something that, from a kid you were doomed to go in this direction. But as an adult, you kind of veered away because, logic. And we're no longer of logic, we're of heart, but we take our logic with us, and it's going to create a great passion in the future. This is Cancer. This is a great reading. I don't know if there's a different energy field altogether or whatnot, but for a while there, that energy for Cancer was really low. So I think we hit a precipice here where we realized, life is worth living here, and we're going to live it. And we may even come across our passion in order to do so. So this is good, Cancer. Okay, so we'll get into the Dragon card, which, again, this should be interesting. I have to say something here. It was funny because I haven't used these Dragon cards in a while because they come when there's really a sense of needing empowerment or, rewarding people for being empowering. And it was a smack sideways. It was like, the Dragon cards, you want them today? Okay, sure. Yeah, okay. And after I did that, it was literally the next day, which was yesterday. I woke up and there was a show on, like, you get feeds and stuff. I have interest of what's going on the news, some of the news. And what had come forth was this thing. It was talking about a news article about children that were rescued. 60 children were rescued in Florida. I did post it on my page, so it's up there now. And I just bawled. I'm like, finally, this energy is hitting the surface. Because I've been praying in the background for things I see that I'm not involved in, things I get, I feel that I am removed from, things like that. So, Cancer, you may be exposed to this. On certain levels, your compassion is coming forth to rescue you from real life scenarios that can bring you down, right? So anyway, I was listening to it all, and they were talking about the project name was called Dragon Eye. And I was like, oh, here we go. I was meant to see this the day after they told me to use these set of cards, because I think that they were trying to correlate the energy of prayer to this. So, okay, so I've a few times I've gone in and done some pretty powerful, aggressive moves and visualizations that I do in my spiritual way. And there's certain times where I take the time to send energy to people in the forces, police, rescue, military, this kind of thing. I just send energy there. And I think in my head, I'll never meet these people. I'll never know where they, if they got infused with energy or not. I'll never know. And then they correlate the dragons. It's a little synchronicity. And I just sat there and I had more than enough confidence. Me, along with others who prayed, their energy. That's a result. That's a result of that energy going outward. So if you're ever in question that when you pray, where does it go? Straight to where it needs to. And miraculous things, let the miracles begin. Here we go. Cancer, you may have a miracle coming in your life in the form of love and appreciation and passion. And it may be a miracle that your life is going in this way, because at one time we never thought we would be this happy, this excited, or this joyful. But open your arms, because here it comes. Okay, the dragon card. I had to give that story because it's such a synchronicity, and I knew from my heart that it was, nothing is lost in prayer. When you pray, it goes somewhere. Just pray for the right things, for the betterment of all, okay? So your dragon card, Earth and Fire Dragon. They work with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines. It's time for service. When you give, you receive. I feel like the Cancer's not far from service. I think they just get rerouted and caught up in things, again, not listening to their instinct. So I do feel a great service here, because we started with that first card, the Six of Water, and that is about giving, caring, and loving outward. Look how this dragon is putting their head upon the earth, literal rock here. And there's a spiral of energy, which to me signifies the energy of joining with that rock and the earth, right? We are all one, and communing with that energy. And it's like God energy, earth energy. You may find stability in being out in nature around this time. I feel like that can balance you quite heavily. They're really accentuating the fire here. I think we are in water, but I feel like we are in flow of fire. We react like a fire. We're quick and going and fast. We're not in our element at all, but we are of the right core. We have a good core to come from. We just need to slow things down in our life a bit in order to accept all of this love and caring and devotion and passion that wants to come forth. Keep up the service. When you give, you receive. We understand this. So I feel like the Earth and Fire Dragon, that's who we are. We take action quite quickly on the earth plane, on the physical. So I'm getting almost like an earth element. We may have a lot of earth in our chart, but we have no problem exuding help and compassion outward. That is our natural state. I think the time for service is is kind of reflecting back to the Cancer and going, it's time to serve ourselves. And now that we've served everybody else, we can slow down and serve ourselves a little more to get ourselves in that flow, right? Okay, now, Power Surrender card. Surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. So we might have a stubborn type energy here. I wasn't picking up on that so much. I get really an easy flow outward, but maybe there is a part of us, because that fire energy, right? If we're too fast in that, we miss a lot. We do miss a lot. And it may be, there may be a sense of, what's the word? Humbleness that we have to take in at this time. Again, I don't feel this is heavy here. I really don't. But there's a need to always be right. And surrendering that can help, right? Because if you have two people in a relationship and one is always right always has to be right, the other one can feel quite lost in that. Like they can't measure up, they can't, and it can create distance and an isolation factor that we may not intend to give off, or we may intend and whatnot. But yeah, it diminishes that other partner. For some reason, they're wanting me to say that. So it feels like the need to be right has to do with a relationship, a personal relationship problem here. Because the sense is, okay. They're giving me a scenario, like when you talk to a kid and you have more knowledge than that child, but you're trying to impart them. And the more that you impart, and I do this myself too with my child, it's like you're trying to pre-warn them of things, of mishaps that they can have. And the universe is saying, just let them make those mistakes. They will feel worse making the mistake on their own than being told not to make the mistake and make the mistake. I don't know why that translates, but the sense here is we have to learn when to kind of shut down the judgment, even though we know someone's right. Can we allow them to go forward and they're wrong, and let them figure it out for themselves? It's almost like we're sheltering someone so much that we're locking them down to a degree. Just give me a minute here. I got to tap in. I'm not quite in here. Yeah, like a sense of someone around us here that we're so fast. To them, we're fast. And we make things like we got to slow down in order to match our partner. We're going too fast for our partner. They can't keep up. And the fact that we're always right is really isolating them out of the relationship. And if this is a partner we want, we have to rearrange that. We have to allow that partner, just like a child, to make mistakes so that they can autocorrect themselves rather than leaning on you. Like it's like the Cancer is not allowing their partner to learn lessons because they're preventing them from making errors when they really have to make the errors and self-correct rather than the Cancer being the correction mark. They have to self-correct. And until they do this, we're not going to get better behavior there. They have to be in charge of that. So there's a need to explain that. Okay, so if you know, you understand. If this relates, you'll understand. Okay, so Earth and Fire, I feel like there's a need to be very grounded at this time. I feel we are in the fire energy that is very outside of what our water flow, the perfection of the water flow would allow. But nonetheless, we're used to this speed. And the speed is coming forth to bring love and a happy family life together. If you surrender the need to always be right, things will go a lot smoother. If we can just challenge our ability to go outward and reprimand or whatever, this will improve things. So Cancer, that's your reading for July and August of 2025. Take care, have fun, and be kind.